Good morning, today is the 18th of May and this is part 2 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2025 Chiltern Hills Rally with lots and lots of lovely cars. I do apologise in advance if there's wind noise, if I fall over, if I get things wrong, which has already happened today. That's just the way that it goes on this channel. And also we don't talk about diesels, so don't complain about that. Fortunately, this 1990 Ford Transit is actually a petrol one. I imagine this has the 2-litre Pinto engine in it. It's before, I think, even the first mild facelift had happened. This is a Mark III, probably built down in Southampton, and the factory that no longer exists. But yeah, that's fantastic. Also fantastic, really, is this Citroen Saxo. Now, these are well over 20 years old now. Some people would say it's not a classic. Well, how old do you want a classic to be? This is actually just a Forte. It's not a VTR or a VTS. So Fortes, I think, had a 1.4 engine. Someone has actually bought another Saxo as well. That's a 2002-3, so quite a late one. 2001. This is the Furio, which was, again, sorry, not the Forte, Furio. They're both Furios, which were not quite a VTR, VTS, but sort of getting there. Both, I think, 1.4s in that case. Someone's actually got a painted grille on that one. That one's not got a painted grille, so maybe there's some minor specification differences between them. Next, we've got this 2003 Porsche Boxster. I imagine this will be a 2.7. It's not an S model, it's a normal one, but first generation. Then we have a very, very nice BMW 318i E30 Cabriolet. Someone's got a very, very appropriate number plate on this because that's the exact specification of it. Be a Lux model, be about 1990, something like that. Then a Nissan Silvia or 180SX. I think this is a 180SX, just with the Silvia grille on the front. You could actually do this thing where you put a Silvia front end on a 200SX. You make it a SIL80. So this could actually be a slated front windscreen. Yeah, it's a SIL80. It's a Silvia front end with a 180SX rear end. It's definitely a domestic market specification one. 1991. So that adds a SIL80. I think you could do it the other way around. You could put a front end of one of these on the rear end of the Silvia, but that's the SIL80. If this is the original number plate, then this is a 2005-6 Porsche Cayman S. Although I suspect that's actually a bit earlier than the car. Another Ford Focus Mark II. This is an RS model with the 5-cylinder Volvo white block and some enormous amount of power. These are very, very valuable cars now. This one's about 2009-2010. Another 996, 911. They seem to be quite popular this show for some reason. This is just a Carrera 2. Be about 2000. Then the Carrera 4S. I wonder if that is personal plate or not. This is the 997 model. It's got the different front end, although it is similar to the 906, I think. Another 911 here, another 996, which, hang on a second, no, this is it's a box, I do apologise, the front end is confusing me. Are the lights on the front of the first generation box exactly the same as the 911 and 996? Answers please in the comment section below. Well, Golf R32. Not got original plate on that, so I don't know exactly the year. I imagine it to be about 2002, something like that. I have driven a Mark IV GTI recently. Back in December I drove it, which is the anniversary model. Then we've got another NB MX-5. I imagine we'll probably see quite a few. That one's had some welding done because they all have. That's just the way that it goes. Then a C4 Corvette with tuned port injection. I think it'd be about 1985, something like that. Is that SIL80 again? BMW M4. Yeah, I've driven one of these, but it was a 420i, so it was considerably slower than this. This will have some ridiculous amount of power. It's like 400 horsepower these have. And then an interesting Mini. Now, this is not an early one. It's about 1990, this car. But it had a Mark 1 sort of rear-end appearance put on it. So we've got the Mark 1 rear lights on that, which would have required some fabrication, I think, to do that. Same sort of age as this Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet, but 1990, 1991. We've still got windy windows in here. I wonder if you've got original engine. Yeah, it looks like an original engine, probably a 1.8. The Mark 1 Cabriolet lasted until like 1993. It was on for ages and ages. Very late Mini here. Sort of 1999 to 2000. It should have a Cooper badge on there, but it doesn't for some reason. Henley Blue. I think this is a one of these Mini Sprites or something like that. That badge is sort of wrong. Southampton plate AA or latest Salisbury plate, sort of 88, 89 on an F. Now this has got a badge for the Mini 40, but yeah, this is not a Mini 40 or anything like that. It's probably just a standard Mini from sort of the same age as the Henley Blue one. It's about 1989, 1990. Just they've both been modified. Then a Mini Moke. Now, by this stage, they've been built in Portugal. This would be a Portuguese one. First in Britain, then Australia, and by this sort of age, sort of 1988, 89, they're being built in Australia. So I said Portugal. Do apologise. Then a couple of other Mini Coopers. There's a whole row of Minis here. I imagine maybe some friends or something like that, or a club. This one is a 1997, 1998. This one, personal plate, not quite sure. But this will be maybe like a Mark 6. The right hand one is a Mark 7. This one, who knows? Something. Someone spent a long time modifying back to their personal specification, I think.
It's a Honda Shannon.
So, despite the fact it's Austin Mini on the back and things like that, this is actually a 1988 car. Does it say what it started out at? It didn't say. Oh, it's for sale. Okay. No price. What if Mr. Bill would like this? 44,000 miles. Call 07826 476 484. As Mr. Bill, probably Fuel Power Channel says, this could be yours. Look at this Chrysler, viewers. 1965 Chrysler Newport. Wonderful. My gosh, viewers, a whole new row has just turned up. First of all, we've got this E30 BMW 3 Series. 1990, 1991. Hello to Jack's Film on Instagram. And another one of these first generation Subaru Imprezas. Interesting, this is a UK spec car because of the bumper. I wonder if this is STIWRX or something like that. Got gold wheels on here. A UK spec, bumpers front and back. Interesting. And then we've got a Morris Marina Coupe. This is a 1.3 Super. In, gosh, I don't know the name of this colour. It looks like Blaze Red, but I might be wrong. This is a what we call a Mark II Marina, I think. 1975-76 registration. Oh, look at these. Oh, fantastic. Look at this. So we got Mazda 323. Oh, viewers. I love this. This is brilliant. This would be sort of 1987-88 on an E. And next to it, one of its rivals back in the day, this Corolla. I forget the model code for these. This is an estate as well. My gosh, that's rare. It's 1991, 1992. We're going to need a number plate, unfortunately. We're going to need one of those. Very nice. £3,000. It's a 91. 71,000 miles. New cam belt. Call 07956 881 154. That's quite tempting, actually, viewers. Yeah, it's a shame about my number plate, though. Brilliant. And then we've got a Renault 5. Now, it's not the new electric one everyone's talking about. This is a sort of more normal one. It's an automatic. Wow. 1.4 Cleon Font engine, I think these had. Be about 1988-89 on an F. We like stuff like this, viewers. It's a shame we can't have some original wheel trims or some alloys on it, but that's good. We like that very much. So next we've got this, so look at the steering wheel. Yeah, late Mark 6 Mini Cooper. 1995, 1996 on an N. I prefer, though, this Lancia Delta HF Integrale. 1989, 1990, left-hand drive. I think all the Integrales were left-hand drive. That is worth a lot of money. It's not as much as like an Evolution 2 or something like that, but nevertheless, that is beautiful. Or is this better, this Alpha 33 from 1987? I don't know, viewers. Somebody tell me, because I'm not sure. It's a 1.7 Quadrifoglio Verde, or green cloverleaf. Complete with Panama hat on the back shelf, of course. And then we've got this 1998, 1999 Ford Fiesta Mark IV. It's 1.25 LX. Apparently been in the family from new. I just thought it was some rear arches, brilliant. Oh, viewers. Don't mind if I do. Look at this. Jaguar XJS convertible. And it's a 4-litre manual. Ooh, viewers, that's very nice. Late one with the smoke rear lights. About 1995. Might be 96 actually, so very late one. Wow, manual, that's rare. Chimera 500 with the Mark III Fiesta rear lights and an interesting coloured interior. Yeah. I prefer the Jaguar though. Another Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet, the Summer GTI, 1988 to 89. With an F. Still got that brilliant Mark 1 dash in it, which yeah, was used in so many different cars. The variations of this dash. Mark II Polo used a very similar dash. Mark II Golf used a slightly similar dash to this. Wonderful. And then a Mark IV Escort, 1986-87 registration on a D, with very typical kind of aftermarket graphics on the side. This one is just a 1.6. It's probably got a trim level, probably an LX or something like that, but I don't know. Another E30, 89 to 90, BMW 318i, 2-door. These cars drive really nicely. I've driven a 320i from 1984 with a manual gearbox, and brilliant. Those of you who watch a certain Welsh-based channel will know exactly what this car is. I can't remember which owner it's now on. I can't remember if it's the owner who bought it to me in Seabrook or the owner after that now, but this is the actual car. Here we go. It's the actual one. You can tell by all the stickers on the back. Yeah, there you go. Metal Liberties for all of you fans of the channel. 1988 to 87-88 Ford Escort XR3i in white. I don't think it'll be possible to get a more 80s car than one of those in white. And then a smart Roadster Brabus. Gosh, I kind of want to drive one of these, viewers. Yes, we did see something else we're looking at in a bit as well. And then we've got this Boxster. This is a 1997-1998. It's a Tiptronic one actually. It would just be a 2.5, I think. Prices are starting to rise for these actually. And we've got a very, very nice looking Mini. I think this is a late Mark 6. Yes, it is. I can't remember what these were called for specification. Oh, there's a Mayfair. Oh, yes, one of the last of the Mayfairs. I think they finished about 1995, 1996. Then we've got the final generation Celica here. I think these are Mark 6. This is the T Sport version with a 190 brake horsepower engine. These are really quick actually. They're very, very fast indeed. So recently we had a Mark 1 Polo on the channel in 1981. This is a Mark 2. It's a pre-facelift. They were updated in 1986, but the facelift was the most important one occurred in 1990. This is just a C, which was sort of towards the lower end specification. Bread van. There was also a coupe version as well. So 88, 89. My father had one just like this actually. It was a white one from about 1986, 87, a D. That's had a G40 grille, I think, put on it, or a GT grille. But yeah, the brakes of those are really bad. They are not servo assisted on right-hand drive models. Not until 1990, so it's a bit scary. But steering is really heavy in these. I have driven one actually. I drove one in 2021, and it was immaculate. It was a 1987 Ranger C. And it was a Polo C Ranger, it's called, not the Ranger C. So I have a 30, but tons of people in my family own these back in the day. But a better car would be possibly this Golf GTI Mark II, big bumper, 5-door, 8-valve. That's it, absolutely immaculate, isn't it? Not worth quite as much as the 3-door one we saw earlier on, the 16-valve, but certainly worth a fair bit. And then we've got this interesting Rover Coupe. Now this will be a 1.6 with the K series. I've never seen one with wheel trim before. This would be the absolute base spec one. They were just called a 1.6 coupe, so they weren't called the 216 by 97, 98. I have driven one of these actually. It was a high specification one in this. I've never seen one with the wheel trims without a rear spoiler before. That is a real rarity. Another Saab 900 Turbo. This one's got a catalyst, 89 to 90, be an early catalyst car, and it's an automatic. Actually, for me, this would be better because on the right-hand drive original generation or OG Saab 900s, the pedals are very offset, and with a manual one, it's a little bit difficult to get used to it. So that would be probably my preference, one like this. Got an information sheet on here, so have a look at this. It's a 1990 restoration work. Thank you for admiring my car. Well, I do. I love the colour of this. That's very, very nice. It's very nice indeed. I also like this Vauxhall Nova 1.2 Fling. Late first facelift car. The next facelift occurred in 1990. Someone's changed the wheels to this for a GT or GSI wheels, and also the steering wheel. I think it's also a GSI or GTE steering wheel. Special edition, this one would be. Yes, another facelift occurred just after this car was made. That is in amazing condition. There's no rust on that. That's crazy. I'm sure lots of you will be really excited about something like that. And then we've got a Suzuki Cappuccino. This one probably, they did import them officially. This one is of sort of 1993, 1994. And then a Mark 1 Fiat Punto. It's not the one I drove a few years ago. It used to belong to Mr. Bushby, who lives near here. It's not that one. This is a much later one. It's a P plate. This. It's a 90 ELX. I quite like Mark 1 Puntos. I'm quite fond of them, as I'm sure many of you are. They're not many around, and that one looks immaculate. Same colour as the one I drove, which is an early one, 1994. They're a very, very late Mini. This is on a Y plate. Obviously, production finished in 2000. This is a 2001 plate, but you do see 151 plates as well, actually. So there we go. Very nice. Big number plate on that too. Another Saab 900. This is an S Cabrio, 91, 92 registration. That last one was an auto. This is also an auto as well. We've got the turbo gauge there. And the bonnets do open like that, by the way. That's how they are. You have to use 2 hands to close it. Oh my gosh, viewers. The Daihatsu Charade GTTI with, I think it had 99 horsepower from a 1 litre engine. I really want to have a go in one of these. I absolutely would love to drive this little Charade. About 1990, 1991. I've driven a Charade, was a 1.3, the one I drove a few years ago. Another mini motor. 86, 87 on a D. Look at that. It's really original spec as well. We still got the Austin badge on there because the Austin badge wasn't deleted until 1987. X350 Jaguar XJ8 this one is, from about 2004. And of course it's got a beige leather interior with wood. And even the J gate and everything. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. Yeah, I drove one of these a few years ago. It was rather nice. Then we've got Morgan. I wonder if there'll be any more Morgans here today. I don't know what year those at all, who knows. Ooh, Peugeot 205 1.9 GTI, very, very late GTI. I think they stopped making these in right-hand drive about 1992. And this is a J, so it's sort of 1991, 92. Facelifted car in 1990, although it was very subtle. That was probably worth a lot of money, that 1.9. Very late 94S, this one in Guards Red. 1986, 87 registration. Sorry, 88 this one would be. Oh, it's an 88, it's one of the absolute last ones. 94 FLB, the last press car, registered it in 87. Amazing. Oh, we're just being very careful about this Range Rover review. Let's just go on to this. Wow, very nice Jaguar XJ8. Look at this, dark green with a beige leather interior. Don't mind if I do, viewers. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed. Beautiful. First generation Audi TT. Wonder if we've got a information sheet. No, we don't. Another late 205 GTI. Again a 1.9. Again 91, 92. I wonder if those two people know each other, or if it's just coincidence. Then a very, very nice Vauxhall Calibra. Facelifted Calibra, 16 valves, so it'd be a 2 litre. Be about 1997, something like that. And this little Metro pickup thing, which I've seen before actually, be about 1983, 84. Someone's put a lot of work into that, haven't they? Metro Madness, yes indeed. Freestyle. Now there's something really weird going on with this, because this car shouldn't be on a 2003 plate at all. They finished production early 2002, so this must be a late registration, otherwise it wouldn't be allowed to be like that. You can't put a newer plate on an older car. Mark IV, presumably a GTI with the Recaro seats. I wonder if it's like the one I drove, an anniversary one or something. And then a very, very nice Rover 600, we've seen this before, haven't we? Nightfire Red. I think this is a 618, I could be wrong. I've seen it before several times. Sort of 97, 98. And the Seat Rossa with some extraordinary alloy wheels on it. I wonder if this is just a 1 litre. I've driven a 1 litre Rossa. I drove it, I can't remember when it was, 2023 I think it was. They are very, very slow to 1 litres. Like, really slow. It's a 99. Toyota Yaris Mark 1 T-Sport 2003 to 4. I drove one of these actually a long time ago. I think it was 2020. It was all right. It wasn't quite as fast as I thought it would be. K11 Micra. This looks to me like a shape model, but it's got different wheels on it, and there's some different seats and different steering wheel, different gear lever, and a funky rear spoiler. Be about 95, 96 on an N. And then a late Mini Cooper Sport. Not as late as the 2001 car, but relatively late, 1998, 1999. And then an E36 Coupe. I wonder if we're going to see quite a few of these here. They sort of think it's very popular retro ride weekender, these sort of cars. Very popular over there.
Oh my god, the Yaris Peak Sport.
Ooh, it's an M3, about 1998. And then another Escort XR3i Mark IV, 1989 to 1990. I quite like that, viewers. That's nice. Right, viewers, just hold on 1 second. Right, viewers, some place I checked. Let's move on to this Bug-Eye Impreza. 2002 to 3 registration. 86,000 miles, 1 from new. Considered for sale, eh? Contact Pete on 07860 632 601. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, especially in this classic blue colour, this could be yours. That is, it's rather nice. Not just my kind of thing, but it's nice anyway. Another E36 Coupe here. I don't think it's necessarily an M3. It might just have the M3 mirrors on it. It just says M. I think the real M3s just have M3 badges on them. That doesn't, so I don't know. Who knows? And another E30, of course. Is this like a 325i or something? I don't know, it didn't say. Original plates or reproduction plates. Quite late one, actually 92, 93 on a K with the M Sport steering wheel and gear lever. That is a very nice colour, I like that, particularly with these BBS wheels. And then we'll finish up with this Audi A8. This is the successor car to the V8 that Simon from Not 06 Cars and I co-own. It's very different inside. It's still got the typical Audi sort of light control. This is the 3.7 Quattro from 2000. Probably a more sensible option actually than the one we've got, because you don't get the parts for this. But maybe this 928 is even less sensible than the Audi V8, I don't know. The S4 model, 1990, something like that, I don't know. Somebody in the comment section below will tell me, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below. And we shall see you again very shortly for some more incorrect information.